How's it going, everyone? It's MyTyme. This is my MyNBA2k16 and back again, fresh off of the controversy to do with those packs in the last episode or two, talking about the star, shall we say, mess up from Cat Daddy, and those of you who were able, should I say, to take advantage. It's good to hear the feedback from those that did take advantage and those that were unable to. Not naming and shaming, but there is a guy's commented called Name who said he was lucky enough at the time to benefit from all those packs and unfortunately had them all taken away. Now, I don't know if that's all his star cards or just the ones which were relevant to the pack abusive period. I'm not too sure, so I'm going to wait for the dust to settle, and then the idea is to come back to this once there's a bit more confirmation on what has actually happened. Now, Road to the Championship is out, so I'm actually going to go through the cards very quickly. And as you notice now, and this isn't a completely new change, but as the game has progressed, the tier of the rewards have changed. You now start at Ultra Rare, being the weakest tier. There is no longer a rare or super rare card up for grabs since obviously Star tier has come into the fray, for example. So we've got an Andre Drummond from the All-Star East. If you didn't watch, the All-Star game was weekend just gone, and the East won. I think it was by 6 in the or 6. I can't remember actually. I probably should have checked. I wasn't able to watch the game, unfortunately. You've then got an Isaiah Thomas from the East again, followed by the Marcus Aldridge from the from the West. So that's 3 ultra rare to get through. So 196, 168, and 98, isn't it? Points, yeah. So you got a ton of points to get to before you get to that epic Kobe Bryant from the West. And again from the West in the silver foil Kobe Bryant. So that's 294, another 364 points. We'll move on to Al Horford of the East as your legendary. And Al Horford again with your foil legendary. So what's that? 420, 448. And if you're still somehow managing to play this game, we have got a Kawhi Leonard from the West and a Draymond Green from the West. And there's another. Oh my God, could DeMar DeRozan, there we go, from the Raptors. Perfect. I mean, I'm going to put this out here, okay, now. I haven't played really since the start, just played just a couple of games. How on earth do you manage to play enough points to get all these cards? I mean, seriously, I don't really understand. I'm just going to show you guys an example. Okay, you click on play, and you can get okay, I've got a hot streak, but we will turn the hot streak off. It's +2 for an easy, +5 for medium, +7 for hard. Okay, so that's without a hot streak. Look how many points you physically need to get all the cards. And on top of that, up here, game nights, these take time to refill. I think you get a new game night every 15 minutes. So it's not like you can just sit here and grind. You either have to keep paying to refill the game nights or buying hot streaks. And yeah, you know, good luck to you. I mean, I really would love to try and get up in here and get, even if I didn't get the Road to the Championship, I'd love to even get just to say the single All-Star card. I'd be happy with that. I mean, I'm not getting it, so I know that for a fact. I'm going to play the event still. I'm going to sit here, see how well I can do. So we go back here, show you the lineup. I haven't edited the lineup recently, so this is what's currently up for grabs. But with my new additions, if I were to autofill, and I can obviously swap things around, which I will do very quickly. Well, let's come back. Let's step back for a moment, and basically this is the game picking what it classes as the best players in each position. So it may not be picking all my best players, it's picking the best players for the position. So the kind of strategy which people will adopt when trying to do something like Road to the Championship is to have probably 2 is going to be the most realistic, but if you can 3 strong positions. Now by that I say, let's just say for example, let's just look at my lineup very quickly. As you can see, I've got a couple of star pros here. Forget that they're not fully leveled out, and they're in different positions. I then move across, and let's look at the second row. So we can see that my small forward role is quite weak overall. There's no legendary pros in there at the moment, and obviously I can make this Dwayne Wade into a pro once the season's over, because I purchased him, the foil version of him, for that reason. I purchased a non-foil version of him for that reason. So come down again, and then we've got another legendary pro over here in the center. So what I can tell is that my strongest cards tend to be, or seem to be, in the point guard, power forward and center position. So what people will do, for example, and I'm just going to mess up my lineup to give you an example here, they will move their stronger cards into a position where got any others I can move across? Really, not really. That'll do just for an example. Well, just for an example, it would be like this. Okay, so they would try and put people in. So they try and leave as many people in position as they could, and then the idea would be that you have two positions which have all your strongest cards. So, yeah, for example, and the other three positions would be filling in with the rest of your team. When you can put people in position, you do. If not, you leave it. And the idea is, because when you get a quarter, you're going to get a random card from each position 4 times. By having all your best cards locked into 2 positions, you're guaranteed to get one of your best, say 8 cards, in that position each quarter. So you're going to get 2 of your, sorry, not 8, I meant 10 cards. So 2 of your best 10 cards are going to guaranteed to come out each quarter. So what you would try and do is you would try and lose the first game if it was a single match, because it's likely to have one of the opponent's better cards. If the first 2 quarters are both single matches, then you'll throw your 2 weakest cards away. Then if the first match you're unlucky and it's a 2-player match, then you obviously throw your 2 weakest and hope to keep your best cards towards the end of each quarter, so you get the win overall. Now obviously this strategy doesn't really apply earlier on in the game when it's easy for you to beat all the opponents, but when you get later on and you come up against other good cards, you want to load a couple of positions with your best cards, even if they don't get the boosts, just so that you can increase your likelihood of having a couple of good cards to beat the cards of the opponent to give you the win in the quarter overall. Obviously, if you just put all your cards in their positions, then you don't have any guarantee which of the 5 cards are going to come up, and you could have a quarter where you lose every single game in it because all your weak cards have come up and it can cost you the match overall. So I may not have explained that particularly well because I've never got progressed far enough in Road to the Championship to do so. If I play this long enough and it becomes a challenge, I will maybe do a video and kind of show you the theory, play through a game or 2. That'll be the plan. But at the moment, as I said, I don't have a strong enough deck, so I can't show you properly what I mean. I do apologise about that. I'm going to try and work on that during this. Try and get myself some cards, feed up some of those things, hopefully get a good pull. Also, with the, should we say, the potential resolution of the exploit and the idea that people are going to be losing cards, etc., I am tempted, I might do it over the weekend as well, to get myself a few packs and see if I can pull anything from there which could help me going forward. I think I still have 1 wild card left over. In fact, I do have a wild card left over, so if I were to pull a star card from one of those packs, I would just get a contract and bang, that would be another potential pro. So yeah, no, thank you for watching this video. So we'll be back hopefully with some gameplay. However, not promising it because it does depend how much of it I get through to be, if I can actually show you the idea of putting your cards in positions to try and benefit in the long run against the harder opponents when it becomes harder for you to win. So anyway, I'll be MyTyme. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to sign out here. Good luck in your road to championship. Let me know what you're going to go for. I'll bring you the season update as well, hopefully in the next video. Thank you, and I will see you all very soon.